Good afternoon. We are Group 7 and we will be speaking on science, technology, and crime. The members of Group 7 are Leona Gentles, Shelley Gowan, LaShawn McLeod, Shanique Nash, and Kyle Scott. I am Leona Gentles and I will be speaking on the science and technologies involved in crime. Science and technology and their involvement in crime can be interpreted in two ways. Science and technology being used to combat, prevent, and reduce crime, and science and technology being used to perpetuate crime. Crime is a major impediment of economic growth, and as time progresses, criminals become more innovative in their wrongdoings. As a result, the techniques of stopping and solving crimes must evolve as well. If you can't do the time, don't do the crime. I will now be speaking on technologies involved in combating Jamaican crime. In Jamaica, various methods of combating crime have developed over the years. One such method is the five-pillar crime prevention and reduction strategy. Pillar 1 is the effective policing pillar. It focuses on strengthening the rule of law and enhancing police legitimacy with the general public. Pillar 2 is the swift and sure justice pillar. It supports strengthening the rule of law and is geared towards enacting measures that bring more criminals to justice. Pillar 3 is the crime prevention through social development pillar. It addresses the contributing risk factors to crime and violence deriving from social and economic inequalities. Pillar 4 is the situational crime prevention pillar. It undertakes measures to reduce opportunities for crime and violence through spatial interventions, which we will discuss further shortly. Pillar 5 is the reduced reoffending pillar. It says if obstacles that facilitate recidivism are minimized, community reintegration for offenders can be improved. Security, April 2017. An emphasis will be placed on the fourth pillar, the situational crime prevention pillar. The first aspect of Pillar 4 is the crime prevention through environmental design, CPTED methodology. CPTED operates on the principle that the structure and layout of the physical environment play a role in the state's ability to address crime and violence. It says, if the physical environment is planned, designed, and managed appropriately, certain types of crimes can be reduced. Next is geospatial technology. Geospatial technology uses location-based data with other specialized technologies such as global positioning systems, GPS, and geographic information systems, GIS. This allows for the analysis of crime data such as location, type of crime, date and time of crime, demography of victims, and so on. After which, that data can be mapped to a physical location and cross-referenced with other important details to attain a clearer picture of the crime that occurred. Thirdly, the Crime Observatory. The Healthy Lifestyle Project by the Ministry of Health in 2002 began to look at violence and its impact on the health of communities and individuals. Technology was later incorporated to collect and process crime data, and it became known as the Crime Observatory. It allowed the Ministry of National Security to keep up to date, reliable data and establish valid crime and violence statistics for each community. The Crime Observatory integrated the use of geospatial GPS and GIS mapping in the form of closed circuit television, CCTV data, traffic information, and digital forensics to collect and investigate electronic data. Problems and techniques under the Crime Observatory are: number one, the Jamaica Eye Initiative. It includes a network of ministry-owned CCTV cameras and works with Jampol Stats to overlay the Jamaica Constabulary Forces, JCF's, historical statistics on a GIS map of Jamaica. Number two, smartphone policing techniques. These allow officers to retrieve information while they're in the field so they can map exactly where an incident took place. In addition, data collected such as pictures are also directly linked to the Jampo Stats platform. Under smart policing, we have features such as the Stay Alert app. This is a free app created by the Ministry of National Security with four main sections: panic mode, alerts, the law, and report. Panic mode allows the user to quickly notify the police if they are in an emergency and require assistance. Alerts allow persons to view the latest news, tips, updates, and other information directly from the police. The law provides a summary of Jamaican laws and updates as they are published. Reports allow citizens to send information to the police, whether in the form of text, video, or paragraphs. A third feature under the Crime Observatory is the Station Records Management System. This is geared towards organizing all management-related data into an electronic format, linking criminals to the crimes they have committed. Next, we have facial recognition technology. Images and activities can be recognized by pulling the data from Internet Protocol cameras, webcams, URLs, and scanned pictures. This technology was introduced at the Social Good Summit by students at the Northern Caribbean University in 2018, with plans for it to later be implemented throughout the island. And lastly, DNA technology. This involves the establishment of a DNA database and allowance for the admission of DNA evidence into our criminal justice system. Woo. Go Jamaica. We will now move on to the technologies involved in combating American crime. Crime in Jamaica and the United States, although similar at the core, are very different when observed on a larger scale. Technological advances are greatly influential on the way crime is thought about and the efforts taken to prevent it. In the US, between 1995 and 2002, over 1.3 billion US dollars were distributed for technology-related hardware and software. Technology in its main applications is denoted by two main forms: material-based technologies, referred to as hard technology, or information-based technologies, referred to as soft technology. Hard technology includes new materials, devices, and equipment that can be used to either commit, prevent, or control crime. They have been linked to improvements in officer safety and a general reduction in violence across the United States over the past several decades. Byrne and Max, 2014. Advances in the hard technology of policing include Category 1, problem-oriented policing, which includes detection, monitoring, and positioning systems. Examples are problem-oriented policing. Examples are unmanned aerial vehicles or drones, which allow police officers to gain mid-air vantage points during crime scene work, search and rescue missions, accident reconstruction, and even crowd monitoring. Gunshot detection systems, GDS, which use sensors to detect the exact location gunfire is taking place, how many persons or shooters are present, how many shots were fired, and it allows analysts to track the data, analysts tracking the data to report it to the police. Eric Fitzfold, 2018. An example is shot spotter technology, where the gunshot is fired and the sensor will pick up the location of the gunshot. We now move on to the automatic license plate recognition, ALPR. The ALPR quickly registers license plates and checks them against law enforcement databases. It can be used for identifying stolen cars, locating criminals, and the like. Following is thermal imaging. Thermal image cameras use infrared imaging to detect heat emitted by living beings, then delivers a heat map of the environment in question. They are used to track the motion of suspects in dark buildings, improve efficiency in rescue missions, and even aid firefighters. Eric Fitzfold, 2018. Now we have global positioning systems, GPS. They can pinpoint where a subject is located, allowing officers to efficiently get to the scene of a crime, track escaping criminals and police vehicles, and it can be used to help departments better manage police forces. Category 2, officer safety technology. These technologies include improved bulletproof vests or ballistic vests, which are fitted armor vests that adapt to the wearer, providing the best possible fit and coverage. U.S. Department of Justice, 2020. Enhanced body cameras. These body cameras are smaller, more durable, have greater resistance to environmental conditions, higher resolution, clearer audio, and are designed to integrate with the in-car systems, providing coordinated video of events from multiple points of view. Additionally, smart holsters are designed to activate the body camera if officers unholster their weapons and can transmit alerts if an officer is injured or in a dangerous situation. In-car computers. These enable paperless report writing to improve data collection and accuracy at the scene, preventing the omission of key information. Now, following hard technologies are soft technologies. Soft technology includes software and information systems which pay attention to risk and threat assessments. They develop risk and threat assessment tools to accurately identify recurring offenders, supervise high-risk people, and prevent violent incidents that usually generate fear in the population. Soft technologies include software programs, classification systems, crime analysis techniques, and data sharing techniques that strategically use information to help prevent crime. Advances in the soft technology of policing include Category 1, predictive policing, with emphasis on data mapping. This idea was developed in the 1990s when the US Department of Justice began developing statistical models of where crime might occur. This is done by review of information about specific locations, such as arrest records, and the dates and locations of recent crimes. Examples of this software in use today are PridePoll and CompStat. PridePoll. This is used by more than 60 US law enforcement agencies, and it analyzes historical crime records denoting neighborhoods that have experienced a certain amount of crime and are more likely to experience future crime. And CompStat, which uses computerized crime analysis and crime mapping software in conjunction with early warning systems targeting police misconduct. Next is Category 2, intelligence-led policing, with focus on crime information systems or data collection and management. One very important and often overlooked aspect of technology as a crime stopper are computer databases and data collection. Data collection allows experts to store information they have collected from crime scenes such as DNA and fingerprints and use that to identify suspects faster. Having this data at their disposal also allows law enforcement to recognize crime trends and exchange information easily. Law enforcement officers often consult multiple databases to increase the accuracy of their investigations. So, two main database collection programs created by the Federal Bureau of Investigation, the FBI, are the Uniform Crime Reporting Program, UCR, which includes data from over 18,000 sources from cities to universities, counties, states, or other federal law enforcement agencies, and makes that data available to all who seek it. And the National Incident Based Reporting System, NIBRS. This system aims to improve the overall quality of crime data. It captures all details of each crime incident, including victim information, whether the offender was suspected of drug or alcohol use, the relationship between the victim and the offender, when and where the crime took place, the nature of the crime, and so on. NIBRS is a subset of the UCR program, but the NIBRS goes further in its data collection. Now we have Category 3, biometrics and facial recognition software or rapid identification systems. These allow the police to immediately see the criminal history of individuals through a basic search. In addition to facial recognition and DNA, these include voice recognition, palm prints, wrist veins, iris recognition, and even heartbeats. They are used to collect digital fingerprints at crime scenes and are even used on witnesses to see if the perpetrator is still present at the crime scene. Examples of this software in use today are Next Generation Identification, NGI. This is an FBI database that uses fingerprints, palm prints, iris recognition, and facial recognition to match individuals with their criminal history. It is the largest and most efficient electronic source of biometric and criminal history information. Now we have the Automated Fingerprint Identification System, AFIS. This uses a computer to match fingerprints against a database of known and unknown prints. We now move on to Jamaica United with the States, crime combating methods. Between Jamaica and the United States lies a common ground. The United States and Jamaica foster prosperity and stability for both countries in programs where both nations combine their efforts to help reduce crime. Implemented by CARICOM, it is titled the Caribbean Basin Security Initiative, CBSI. It focuses on the reduction of corruption, increasing government transparency, and strengthening basic education to reduce unlawful trafficking. It involves programs like the Targeting and Risk Management (TRM) program, intended to provide a means of identifying high-risk shipments and passengers with adequate knowledge and skill to improve targeting capabilities. Lastly, I will discuss innovative crime, or how criminals use science and technology to perpetuate crime in both Jamaica and the United States. Technology is boundless, ever changing, and is constantly transforming crime combating, especially in the 21st century. There is, however, another side to the coin, the adverse effects of possible technological implementations. Criminals take advantage of technology and use it to partake in their criminal activities. The main classification that comes to mind is cybercrime. Regarded as the frontier for criminal enterprises by Director of the Major Organized Crime and Anti-Corruption Agency in Jamaica, Desmond Edwards. Cybercrime, also known as computer crime, is any crime where a computer is the tool used to commit the offense or is the object of the crime. Jamaica Information Service, 2019. It involves using the computer as an instrument to further illegal means. Cybercrime usually refers to the accessing or stealing of personal information that can cause great damage to personal finances, but is expanded to include committing fraud, trafficking in child pornography and intellectual property, stealing identities, or violating privacy. It is now a major form of transborder activity and, as of December 2020, is over 1% of the global gross domestic product, GDP, costing the global economy 1 trillion US dollars. Lostry and Smith, 2020. In Jamaica, a Cybercrimes Act was established due to the magnitude of computer-related criminal activity. The act was designed to provide a criminal penalty for the misuse of computer systems or data, the electronic abuse of completing transactions, and to facilitate both the investigation and prosecution of cybercrimes. The Cybercrimes Act, 2010. In 2016, Inspector Warren Williams, head of the cybercrimes unit of the JCF, reported US 100 million was lost to cybercrime, with over 200 reported cases. Jody and Gilfin, 2017. A 2018 financial stability report published by the Bank of Jamaica revealed 62 counts of internet banking fraud, resulting in 38.2 million Jamaican dollars in losses. Nadine Wilson Harris, 2019. In the United States, 2002, the FBI created a cyber division to provide resources to the investigation of cybercrime. This division not only tracks hackers who break into networks or spread malware, it also has subdivisions such as the Joint Criminal Opioid and Darknet Enforcement, which make arrests based on the investigation of underground forums that are often used to distribute controlled substances. So far, we have discussed science and technology as used in crime both in Jamaica and the United States, from the perspective of law enforcement and from the criminal. Thank you.